the 13th person voted out of Bloomsburg Survivor Season 2. So with that being said, tell us about how you first heard about Survivor Bloomsburg and why you decided to apply for Season 2.
So how I found out was on the Instagram. I saw one of the videos, and me and my friend Trey, obviously we were close friends. We both just saw it and we were like, that'd be really cool, something to do on campus. So we both signed up and we did it. It's pretty fun.
What were your first impressions when you met the 29 other castaways back in episode 1? Who did you start to form connections with right away?
When we got there, I was little. I didn't know what to expect, but I kind of got an idea what the game was going to be like. But connection-wise, when I walked in, obviously I had a good friend Trey, but when I looked at the other castaways, I really thought like Lee would be strong. I thought Ozzy, and then I knew Jake, the recent guy. But honestly, I was really bad the first episode. I didn't really talk to anyone, so I kind of just stuck with my hometown friend Trey.
If you had to look back at your gameplay, what was your strongest area of physical, mental, and social strategies?
When we actually got to our tribes like Python, pretty much my game plan was just to stick with them, try to win all the challenges, and go from there. But socially wise, I kind of just stayed with my group and see what they were saying, and that's kind of how I voted per se, and then we just went from there.
You weren't selected to go on any juries in your time in the game, nor did you find any advantages in that. Why do you feel you weren't selected for any of the journeys?
To be honest, I really don't know that answer, but I'd probably say just because I really wasn't well known, I guess, from the other ones, so they just didn't really pick me. But that's really all I gotta say on that one. I really don't.
Another follow-up question to that is, do you feel like you missed out on some of the opportunities outside of Tuesday to gain some of those advantages and idols that were up for grabs?
Well, all when we got the messages and the text, but I probably should have tried to get more clues, ideas, but that if I were to do it again, I definitely would have done that. But I don't think me not being there, I think it was fine. I wouldn't agree. I didn't regret anything I did, so that's
Python dominated the first half of the game in varieties of ways. Why do you feel that Python had such a success to run overall several episodes versus game?
I thought we had a good balance between really athletic people, really smart people, and then a little bit of both. So for our side, Trey probably was the best guy because he was our leader. And Tucker, he was good on both sides, but I think we just had a good balance, and that's what really made us win the games and the challenges.
In episode 2, tell us about your experience with Capture the Flag, your highs and lows throughout that challenge.
Capture the Flag was probably one of my favorite games because I just like running, and it was a little wet outside, so I slipped a lot, but I think our team really did good because we had a strategy going into it, and we dominated, I'd say.
In episode 2, you struggled a little bit with the instructability ladder, and also when you faced against the other castaways in the tug-of-war pool. Thoughts about your performances on those challenges?
That was my fault. I wasn't paying attention to the rules. I bet they said don't step on the sidewalk, and I just wasn't paying attention. But if I could do it again, I would listen more. And for the tug-of-war one, I went against. I hated that one, because I'm not the strongest guy, but my strategy was really bad there, so I'd do it over again.
In episode 3, describe how the challenges that you played went for you. For example, the wall ball, pinball, dodgeball, and flippin' dots. Your highs and lows throughout those challenges.
For volleyball, we were down early, but then we came up with a plan to just have one of our guys serve it. Like Brady, he was just serving as fast as he could, and that kind of won us it. For dodgeball, I thought we were up 2-0, and then we kind of just laid back, and then Jake pretty much went crazy. So if we could do that over again, we probably would have targeted him first.
In episode 4, talk to us about the communication challenge. You were in the middle of the chain receiving the tongue twisters from Jake, and then had to run down to Lee. How was that for you?
I think that was a good spot for me to be right there by Jake and Lee. I thought Jake was pretty good in communication-wise. He explained it pretty well. This is a hard challenge, and Lee's great. I was able to get it to him and explain to him the words, and Lee did a good job. I thought it was a good order.
In episode 5, unfortunately, you weren't able to attend, and your team lost the first challenge of Deep Dive Bingo. If you were there, how do you think that you would have done in the pool searching for the bingo chips at the bottom after jumping off the diving board?
I thought me being there probably would have helped us a little bit. I wouldn't say we'd win, because I don't want to say that, but I do think if I was there, we would have had a little bit more of a chance at winning, because I do enjoy diving down in the pool and swimming.
Do you feel that the team would have voted differently if you were there and still were at track?
Oh, 100%. I think just when it happened to clear at first, I think it just was going to happen. I just knew it. I tried texting people and all that, but to maybe save myself, but I pretty much knew when I wasn't there that I was going to get voted out. But if I was there, I don't think I would have got out that episode.
Who were your closest allies in the game?
So my close allies were on my original tribe, so it was Trey, Nate, Tucker, and then towards the middle of it, like my middle episode, Lee was good. I started talking to Oz more, but then and then the girls were probably like Julia and Cameron. Yeah, Trey, he's a good sport, he loves it, but when he came back, because we lived together, he came back, he was a little upset because the whole game, his name didn't get thrown around, but then one person just changes it and he was really upset about it, but I don't know, it's whatever. It's just crazy that you could play the whole game and then not get even a single vote, but then one person could say your name and they could screw the game.
So another follow-up question with your closest allies in the game.
So speaking of Trey and whatnot, and him being a roommate and I think probably a high school friend and such, how soon was it, or like how early did you both find out that you were going to be in the Survivor game?
Well, we went in it together. We were on like a beach trip, and that's when we sent in our videos. So right when we got the message, we were really excited.
Whose idea was it first?
It was Trey's idea. It was Trey's idea.
Yeah. Did it take a lot of convincing for him to get you on? No?
I was like, I'll do it.
Did you know anyone else before coming into the game? Besides Trey?
No, I couldn't even. I didn't know any faces, honestly. None. Never seen anyone.
What were your thoughts about all the scrambling discussions that took place right after the challenges and before travel guides?
Oh, it was really hectic because I'm a social person, but when it came to that, like I kind of just stood there, and the only time my name got thrown around was by Brady in the dodgeball episode, but it ended up being Tucker going home. But someone would just say someone's name, and then people would start voting, so it was kind of crazy, but it was really hectic.
If you could replay any part of the episodes of the competitions again, what would you do differently to yield a different result?
So when we had the one episode here at this building, we went to Tribal Council the third game, and I saved Cameron that night because we all knew she was going to get voted out, and I voted, and she had her idol, and I knew she had her idol, and I told her to use her idol that night, but then the next week I felt a little betrayed. But if I were to change it, I definitely wouldn't have told her, and then I would have used one of those swap team ones that Trey had. He was trying to tell me so I can go over to his team that episode, but I didn't hear him. So if I could do it over again, I definitely would have done that swap team.
What type of interactions did you have with other Survivor Bloomsburg castaways outside of Tuesday nights?
We had a group chat for the first episode. We made a group chat for the original Python group, and we would just communicate through there. I do suspect that the girls probably definitely made a group chat, but we weren't really worried about that. But pretty much just through Snapchat, texting.
What did you learn about yourself by participating in Survivor Bloomsburg Season 2?
I learned that it's good to go out and meet people. I learned that I like talking to people, playing games with people, just getting out there and being social. It's a good time. It was a really fun experience.
What advice do you have for everyone who is still left in the game?
Don't trust anyone. I know it's a game and the whole point of it is just to keep yourself in, but stick to your plan. Don't trust a single person, even if they're really your friend, and pretty much play your own game. Don't listen to no one.
Of the remaining players, who do you feel has the strongest chance to win this season and why?
Me, I think it's gonna be one of the girls. I think that they're gonna come together. My pick would probably be Hope. Probably Hope because she played I think her game was good because she was very talkative to people, but I think she stayed low key and just voted with everyone's vote, and I think she played a smart game. So I pick probably Hope.
If you could tell other students why they should consider applying for Survivor Bloomsburg Season 3, what would you tell them?
I'd tell them to do it because it's my favorite night of the week on Tuesdays. You just get to have fun, talk with people, eat food, just be social and play games. And if I could do it over again, I definitely would. I had a great time, but I would definitely recommend it to any incoming freshman student, anyone here. It's a good time.